This is going to be another video on what happens when you leave biblical standards and when you decide you don't want to do things God's way and you don't want to follow the Bible, or you don't believe the Bible is necessary and man knows what's best apart from God. So what questions are you asking? See, we live in a country where we're just asking the wrong questions, making the wrong statements. And my mind right now is, within the so-called Christian fundamentalist group. I'm a Baptist, I'm an independent Baptist. There's a reason why I am. I'm a biblicist. That's for another video. But within my circles and such, questions are being asked or statements being made about, when did we begin losing it? When did our country start going down the hill? And I'm going to just propose to you that we're not asking the right questions and we're not going far enough back. Statements like we started going down the hill as a country when women left the home. I'm going to propose, when you know our history, that our country started going down the hill when men left the home. Now, I believe it went even further back than that, but just to nail down some concrete times in our history, when man left the home, we started going downhill. But this particular video is what we do with public schools. And we're asking the questions about how to fix our public schools, what's going on with our public schools, and when did our public schools start going down the tubes, and when did it all start getting bad? And the question we need to be asking is should public schools even be a thing? Should public schools even exist? Okay, why do public schools exist? Okay, we're going to have to get an understanding that our government does not love God and they don't love us. And there is an agenda, and there's been an agenda. The biblical mandate is homeschooling. And we have years of history proving the benefit of that, and even current history proving how much better of a system that is. Now, that being said, there are goofballs in every organization. There are people that mess things up in every circumstance or demographic of life, whatever you want to call it. There's idiots out there everywhere. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely been idiot homeschoolers. And vice versa. I'm not condoning that type of thing, but we just homeschool our kids and the kids just stay home and you don't actually educate them. I was almost on the verge of that for a little while ago myself. I could see that mistake amongst my own friends and church members, and I mean, it's hard, but it's possible and it's doable. And I could have done a better job, but my kids still received a good education homeschooling until tragedy hit our homes and our kids went to like a chartered school. And I definitely have seen the negative impacts there. But the biblical mandate is homeschooling. And so, what questions are you asking? And why do we do the things that we do? And why do you send your kids to public school or send your kids to school at all? We live in a broken an ungodly society. If dad was still home, mom was still home, and we were doing things the way we were supposed to, we wouldn't have to send our kids to school. But because dad has to make a career and dad has to feel important out there in the world, and listen, I understand we live in a society, this stuff has been shoved down our throats for over 100 years. We were born into this trash. But let's get back to the Bible. Dad, get back home. Find a way to be an entrepreneur. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. And you can actually thrive in it. Get your wife back home. Get your kids back home. Okay? It's absolutely the best thing to do, but people are independent and they're prideful and they're selfish and they full of ego and they got something to prove, or they're lazy. All right? All this takes effort. So dad, get back home. Mom, get back home. Get your kids out of daycare. Get your kids out of preschool. Get your kids back home. And do it right. And do it godly. And I guess the video I'm sure a lot of us have seen is that crazy teacher, math teacher in some public school this week doing an Indian dance for over 2 minutes. A math teacher acting like a fool. Dad, get back home. Mom, get back home. Get your kids home. And do it God's way. Do it the right way. And see what happens. And keep your eyes on Him.